Hey, good morning. I'm Karen Mosholder. I live here in Somerset, Pennsylvania. I am a beekeeper, a honey producer, and a maker of Bumbleberry Farms honey cream spreads. This is a business that started literally in my backyard with a couple of honeybee hives, and it has grown now to be a business where I ship honey and honey products actually all over the world. Just to give you a little bit of a background, I started this business. It actually started on a New Year's resolution. I make the very same New Year's resolution every year to learn something new. And probably about, I guess it's been about 14 years now, I took a beekeeping class. And I just fell in love with it. And I was working at the time for a healthcare company as a marketing consultant. And my contract was up. And so I was trying to decide what I wanted to do next. And, living here in a rural area, some of the work experiences, it's tough to find really good quality work sometimes in a rural area. So for me, I was looking at a commute to Pittsburgh every day. And that's probably about 3 hours driving time from here, commuting. And so what I decided to do instead was to start my own business. And so over the years, it grew. I rolled up my sleeves, a lot of hard work. I was doing business with companies like Williams and Sonoma, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Whole Foods, Republic of Tea, Urban Outfitters. Some of those companies might be familiar to your students. And we were selling truckloads of honey and honey spreads that I used to make that I make as well. And then we were also, I was going to a lot of fairs and festivals. One of the biggest shows that I would do is the Philadelphia Flower Show. And this year we started the show, and this was in end of February, like the 27th, I think I left for that show. And at that time, there was a ship docked outside of Washington State, and people were, the decision was made, do we bring them in? Because there were COVID cases on board. By the end of the week, the pandemic had started and everything changed. So all of those companies that I worked with closed their doors. Hard stop. Wow. So I had to figure out what I was going to do to kind of save the business. And so I noticed that Good Morning America was doing features on small businesses to try to help them out during the pandemic. And since everyone is, cooking at home more, honey is considered a pantry staple. And so that's a product that is often used in baking or in cooking and marinades, a lot of different ways to use it. And we gave them a call. I gave them a call on a Tuesday. They said, I filled out all this paperwork. And then on Thursday, they said, we're going to put you on the show on Monday. Be prepared for about 15,000 orders. So got a ton of business. And so, also my staff had been off because there was no work. And so I brought everybody back. We ran 2 shifts, separated everyone, kept everyone safe. And so for those 3 weeks, we did ship out that many orders, and I had to turn on a lot of, like my suppliers, because they were home. I mean, everybody was closed. The printer wasn't working, the bottle manufacturer. One of the things that I offered in the kit was honey straws. So everybody rallied, and the honey straw manufacturer, the owners actually came in, got their equipment up and running, and made 500,000 honey straws for us for this event. So that was my story. They did the on-air shot, and then they did follow-up videos that I had to submit. But that was kind of my story, in that when you're buying from one company, you're not just helping that company, you're helping out the jar manufacturers, you're helping out, the labelers and their families, you're helping out the farmers who milk the cow that becomes the butter that goes into my honey spreads. So there's this whole other behind the scenes world that, when you're just helping one company, you're not just helping that company, you're helping a lot of companies, the trucking companies that bring the bottles into my, warehouse facility. So there's a lot involved. And that was kind of the message that I wanted to project to everyone.
No,